I'd open the floor to nominations for president of the Drainage Board.
I'll make the nomination that Dave Byers be president of the Tippecanoe County Drainage Board.
And I will second that nomination.
We have Dave Byers nominated for president. Any other nominations? Close the floor. All those in favor of Commissioner Commissioner in this context, David Byers as president of the Drainage Board, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? All right. David Byers as president. Open the floor to nominations for the vice president.
I'd like to nominate Tracy Brown as vice president.
Second.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, the floor is closed. All those in favor of Tracy Brown as vice president signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Turn the floor over to the president.
Thank you for that tough election. Next up, we have appointment of 2021 Drainage Board Executive Administrator.
Mr. President, I will make the motion that we nominate Brenda Garrison for Drainage Board Executive Administrator.
Second.
I'll third that. So we have a motion, a second, and a third to approve Brenda Garrison as our Executive Administrator. All in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Opposed? That passes. All right, we have 2 sets of minutes. Entertain motions on those.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve our November 4th regular meeting minutes and our November 4th obstruction hearing minutes. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? That passes. We have a page for our 2021 Drainage Board meeting dates, monthly meetings.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve those schedules as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve our meeting dates. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. We have a couple contracts. First one is a contract between Hoffman, Lumen, and Masson for legal services.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve that contract as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes. We have an engineering review services from BFS Inc.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the Drainage Board Engineering Review Services from BF&S.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the review services from BFS. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Another review services from Christopher B. Burke Company.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve the contract for services of Christopher B. Burke Engineering Company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve these services. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Other business. Zach, regulated drains assessment status.
Yes, thank you. So in your packet, you should have received the 2021 drain assessment activity report, which lists each and every individual county regulated drain in Tippecanoe County that have a maintenance fund. There are actually more county regulated drains than are shown on this list because not all county regulated drains in Tippecanoe County have had a maintenance fund established because that is a landowner-driven process where landowners are required to, within the watershed, are required to submit a petition to the board, and so for whatever reason, in some of the watersheds, landowners have not done that to date. But as I stated, the list before you shows all the regulated drains that do have maintenance reports. And the importance of this list is that myself as the county surveyor is required by Indiana Drainage Code to complete this list on an annual basis, and this provides the active and inactive status for each individual drainage or each individual maintenance fund for each regulated drain. And so if assuming the board approves this today, the process is that it be approved and then it's submitted to the auditor's office, and the drains that are listed as active will be put on the property tax bills for this year, and the ones that are listed for inactive then would be inactive for assessment collections this year. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
guess I should add, Brenda had asked, I guess there's some joint drains that have not submitted their status yet.
Yes.
And so, as part of the approval process, it would be permissible if you gave her authority to update that list as the other counties submitted the status of their joint drains.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, yes.
Okay. We'll entertain that motion then.
Second, or so move?
I'll second. So, but this is something, we approve this every year?
Yes,
It's just
every
your
year.
report, okay.
Yep.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the assessment status list as presented with the authority that if new come in, it can be updated. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That passes. All right, the drains classification report.
Yes, so this document is outlined, the requirements are outlined in Indiana Code 36-9-27-34. Unlike the active-inactive list we just presented and was approved by the board, this classification report, the drainage code states, is basically on an as-needed basis. So it states the county surveyor can compile this as needed or as often as needed, something along that language. In the last several years, I have pretty much done this on an annual basis, simply driven out of necessity because we have been doing quite a bit of work on our regulated drains, urban and ag drains. And so by that work and the completion of that work, that necessitates that this list, in my professional opinion, be kept updated. So as you'll see if you flip through it, the first couple of sheets is basically, I think, items 1 through 10. And each one of those items are listed in the drainage code. And I have listed the drains that meet those different criteria for each one of those items. This real quick, it's basically for the public, drains in need of reconstruction, drains that have had hearings and rates established recently, urban drains, periodic maintenance, drains are in need of periodic maintenance, drains that have proposed hearings in the near future. That's got drain assessments, 25% increase, which is allowed by law for the maintenance fund as a one-time. There's none listed for those. Item 8 is petition for new regulated drains. There's none at this time. Item 9 is existing drains referred to surveyor for report, and there's a laundry list there. And then item 10, drains that should be vacated. And so this would be available to the public. And then the last sheet is a spreadsheet that basically is provided by my office. It just gives a brief analysis of each drain, kind of gives you a status of what the current assessment rate is. If it's had a 25% increase recently, then there's a laundry list of some other items. It's got the 8-year or 4, 6, or 8-year cap. It's got the status, whether it's active, inactive, and kind of what the work has been, monies and work that has been done over the last, say 10, 20 years. And then proposed work in the future. And so this would be available to the public in my office for review or inspection if anybody so chooses. I'm happy to answer any question, but that's it. I would ask for approval of the document.
Hey, Zach, the Philbom drain branch that you're asking to be vacated or should be vacated?
Yeah.
So remind me again, what would make a part of a drain in need of vacation?
Yeah, so this one I'm going to, so first and foremost, it certainly is in need of vacation, and I'll come back to that in just a minute. I've had that one on there for a few years, and I'll kind of explain that in a minute. I would envision putting together an exhibit for that, to show that. So this action alone doesn't vacate that system. So coming back to the need and your question specifically, in this particular situation, the Feldbaum branch is a branch of the Berlowitz regulated drain. It is located geographically in the county just east of the IU hospital on the east side of Interstate 65. So if you know where McCarty Lane and County Road 550 East is located, the Feldbaum branch basically makes a big S curve from the hospital, goes under the interstate, and around that intersection, McCarty and 550 goes up. Goes through where the houses are now located. There is a huge chunk of that has been vacated by development.
I
So
see.
in this particular situation, not that it would be the same in every drain, but to answer your question, on this particular drain, it's necessitated because of urban development has already vacated a large chunk of it, and so
Okay.
the remainders of it need to be vacated at some point in time. I have not done it yet because this just puts it on notice, but there are some other applications that I won't get into right at the moment for the sake of time. The reason why it should stay, the parts that are active now should stay that way until development vacates them, basically. So,
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? No, we'll entertain a motion for the classification report.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Looks like we have 2 bonds.
yes, my office received, the first one is a maintenance bond for Barrington Estates that were received by Fairfield Contractors. It's bond number 107338209 in the amount of $59,622. And it was submitted by, or written by Travelers Insurance Company. And then the second maintenance bond is bond number 61165. It's for Gracewood subdivision by Dwinger Excavating. The bond's in the amount of $29,780.70, and this was from Merchants Bonding Company. I would recommend approval of both bonds.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Barrington Lakes bond and the Gracewood subdivision bond. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm sorry, I didn't vote, but aye.
That pass. Opposed? Okay, those pass. Any other business needs to come before the board?
Yes, this is an FYI for the board. So the board members may remember that we had actually a couple petitions at the last quarter of last year. This one, these photos particularly pertain to the Adams and Gellenbach petition of obstruction, which is located on County Road 100 North, just east of the Wildcat Creekside subdivision, if that dials you in. We had two or three hearings on this. So after our last hearing, I did meet with Gary Cheeseman on site. This photo is looking north, if you can see it on the, we're standing on County Road 100 North, looking north across Mr. Gellenbach's property. I met with Gary Cheeseman on site after our last hearing on this matter. He and I staked this area out for his crew. Utility locates were conducted, and then his employees came out and graded this and laid this erosion control blanket down. And so we did take elevation shots. I have as-built on this in my office. That data shows and proves that it was built according to the way we designed it. That information was provided to the County Highway Department. The estimate was for $2,400. I do not have the final bill, but I do know, I don't think Mr. Spencer is here, but I do know that I spoke with Mike Spencer in the County Highway Department, and the County Highway Department was in the process of paying that invoice, and it was very close to $2,400, but I'm not going to say it was exactly $2,400, but it was very close to that. So these are the photos showing the work. I'm happy to answer any questions.
So Zach, maybe it's just the picture, but if you could go down one more picture.
Go back up?
Yeah, I'm sorry, go back up.
Yeah, okay.
The grading was done due south, because I thought it was going to be south and west.
No, so...
I'm sorry, north. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
north,
grading was due
north and west.
North and west, so-
And it is, yeah.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go back to, let me go back to the first picture, and you can see it better. So this photograph, so over in the very right top corner of this photograph, you can see that asphalt drive. That goes back to Mr. Gellenbach's house. So this photo, the person who took this photo, which I believe was Chuck Hodnett in my office, this particular photo, he was standing right on the north edge of County Road 100 North, looking to the north and west just slightly. And you can see this swell is just pointing, it's more north, but it's northwest just a little bit. But yes, it certainly is north and west.
So use your mouse and indicate where the water, how the water will flow through that.
So this, if you can see the concrete right here at the bottom,
Yeah,
that is the top of the culvert in question, which is under County Road 100 north.
okay.
And this is the downstream end of the culvert. So water would flow from the south side of 100 through this culvert, come out this culvert, which is now we're on the north side of County Road 100. It would flow right through here,
Okay,
right on up, and kind of follow this natural pattern, and then over to that
Okay.
area right there. That's the
Perfect.
natural flow path.
perfect, thank you.
And just so that I will make this statement to show the importance of vertical grade and grading and the impacts. This grading that took place, this work that took place, is basically due to a half a foot of dirt being piled up in front of a culvert. So we're not talking about 500 loads. All I'm trying to say is that in this county, in certain areas, because of the flat terrain, very little quantities of dirt
Can cause significant
vertically
issues.
stacked up only this high can cause drastic impacts. That's I point that out for significance. Because it may seem insignificant or minor to some people, but it can cause significant problems.
Okay. Good job. Any other business needs to come before the board?
Yes, I'm sorry, I knew there was one other item. So yesterday, I did have a petition come in from Tony Hardebeck on Grace Woods. It's for a house. It's a petition to encroach upon the regulated drain. I have reviewed this, and I spoke with the home builder, and I would recommend approval of this petition to encroach.
And I'm sorry, which subdivision did you say this was?
Grace Woods, I believe, but I don't think that's what's
John
listed.
Hoffman drain.
It's, yeah, it's not Grace Woods. That's what's written on my agenda. I'm sorry. Correction, this petition is not Grace Woods. This is located on the John Hoffman regulated drain, which is on the East County Line Road. The address of this parcel is 620 North County Line Road, East Lafayette, Indiana. So I stand corrected.
And you see no issues with you?
No, I reviewed it, yes. I don't know how that got wrote down wrong on my petition.
That's my bad.
Probably because Mr. Hardeback is also doing Grace Woods, and we approved 2 lots yesterday for him in that subdivision, so that's probably how it happened. But regardless, this petition is on the John Hoffman regulated drain. I did review it yesterday. I do not see any problems with it. We are requiring them, and I did speak with the builder about it yesterday. They have to replace the county regulated tile underneath the driveway where they will be hauling concrete in and out because it will damage the tile. They have to replace it completely, edge of asphalt or gravel, whichever it's going to be, or concrete, to the entire width of the paved or gravelled area, and then 10 foot each way beyond that. And so they are aware of that. It's in the petition that way, and so no, I see no problems as long as they do the work, and we will communicate with them. They have already hired, I was told yesterday, Cheeseman Incorporated to do the work, and so we work with them routinely. So yes, I see no problems. I'd ask the board to approve.
Okay. Do you have a motion to approve this petition?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve this petition to encroach. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That passes. Any other business?
That's all I have.
Any public comment? You guys seen anything coming up? Okay, that favorite motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Meeting is adjourned.
So what do you call a beehive